Okay, I believe it's recording. Hold on, let me put this on this monitor. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay, it is recording. I'm not used to using the OBS software, and right now I'm just kind of I'm really excited about a few things, and I'm having a bit of a sensory overload. And just ow. Whew. I'm not sure which channel this is on. Uh, it's actually meant for my personal blog, but so I'm gonna have to figure that out in a moment. I think I might have to just switch to my other channel. So, but if you're watching this, this is actually for my personal blog, and kind of an example of why you should consider this a podcast channel, because I have a face for radio, and because my webcam software it it mirrors, so I'm seeing what you will see, and I hate that setting because it so yeah, that's why I legitimately, even if it looks like I'm looking at the camera, it's because I'm just taking advantage of the fact that it looks dark enough where you can't tell that I'm not looking at you. So if anybody feels like putting in, let's see, there's about where my eyes are. If you want to set tracking for any video editing, so that's where my eyes are, and my nose is this little triangle here. So I'm too lazy to learn video editing, and so eventually I will have to learn video editing for its own thing. But yeah, this is my personal blog where I just kind of talk and get out to myself. The last one, I tend to try to make sure that I'm a bit more off by myself, because I tend to really just kind of cut loose on this channel. And as far as, okay, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what my audio is doing, because I'm not sure how to read the gauges or anything on this. And YouTube's entire settings changes, and I'm sorry, people. I want basically what Hangouts was. I could just click, 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 boom. But Google Plus, I have all my shit on Google Plus and everything. So yeah, hey. So so yeah, because I'm not even sure what folder this saves to. So this is, if you're actually, sorry, I had to get something off the bottom of my chair. But yeah, if you're watching this, it's either because the audio on this actually picked up where it was supposed to, or I've learned to use video editing software and am lip syncing my own videos. So if you happen to hear me say the word fuck just then, I don't know whether it's picking up my audio or not. And a standard warning I give for my videos. Oh, okay. I try to keep my ramblings to 5 minutes or less. So, wow, that is actually that is actually very good. Whew. Okay, that actually is very good. Yeah, I'm having to play around with my my coil settings as well. And no, this is not a e-cig channel. It's just on my prop and costume stuff. I'm doing a lot of things like looking how to integrate vapes and things like that into props and so forth, for if you want to do smoke effects and everything. Um, yeah, and just several other things that I've got going on with all of that. That it is its own set of videos and uploads and everything else. So, and okay, good. Uh, yeah, no, I also have this internal monologue or a dialogue going on in my head. Actually, it's like, so forgive anything that looks like I'm just like off distracted, because I had this multi-layer uh, way of thinking and processing that uh and on one hand it is this amazing you know gift that it lets me work on like three different connected projects simultaneously from the individual view of each one, completely coherently in my head and everything else. Um, and so that's what I'm also right now kind of doing. But right now I'm kind of paying more attention to that in my head. I will do. I can at least enough. I can kind of almost see the 3D image in my head, because I've looked at 3D imaging, and because I remember what things look like from various angles, I can just kind of reconstruct that little 3D model in my head. And so I had this Tony Stark drafting table in my head at all times, and it actually helps me focus if I'm actually like using it at and uh ooh, excuse me. Mm, so yeah. Uh ooh, sorry. Okay, good. Um yeah, because right now I'm also trying to take some unwinding time, just because it's Christmas and I'm having to like really shift gears, and that time of the year for me is just, well, I'm trying to like I'm sorry, in my head I've got this you know it's an entire section of my life I'll explain later going on in my head, remembering. um no, but oh okay, yeah, sorry. A side effect of the multi-layer thinking ability is, uh, as long as I'm not interacting with anybody else, I'm fine. The moment I have to start interacting with somebody, um, that I wasn't expecting to, or I hadn't really planned for, the way this was supposed to go completely different in my head, and that's why I've been in this like. Another thing people get amazed when I tell them is they realize that like the whole video I have been in this absolute, complete and total emotional shitstorm, and this is what people see every day, until I finally reach that breaking point when um I'm not sure which microphone is actually going to pick it up or not, or if I'm going to have to actually do it later. But what you see here, the calm, relaxed, and then just the voice is, "Hello, hi, my name is James Bryant, and I would like to have us talk to somebody because there's an issue that I should not be having, and because I'm having this problem, you now have a problem. And I am willing to discuss what we can do about your problem, because what is currently my problem is your problem." And that's the voice. That's like the very first. contact anybody's, like several people have had with me over the course of the past year. And then they, but so yeah, I'm, because the holidays used to just really set me off bad. And I'm moving past that because now I got my kid, just everything. That's going on. But yeah, no, this was, mostly just, I just need to get back into the habit of actually posting on this channel again. It's just with what YouTube has done to the way that you upload and everything. I don't always want to upload from my goddamn phone, and I don't want to have to use the friggin' record and upload from my desktop. And excuse me, I fit the criteria for live streaming from my desktop. And since I've been with YouTube, I could upload to Twitch if you damn well want me to. Okay? I mean, I think that I have some expectation of accommodation in helping me use YouTube the way that it is that I find most productive. So please tell people to bring back the hangout, the old hangouts basic mechanics. Anybody remembers Google fucking Hangouts? I mean, I don't know how to start uploading on Discord for streaming. I know we can do audio. In fact, my friend who hosts his show, and I'm on that a good bit. I mean, I'm on it pretty much every week, and I am pretty much I'm either the voice of reason or the voice of absolute fucking insanity, depending on just kind of just how I feel at any given moment. If you happen to watch, it's Sheevy or Privilegey or Sheev Lord or something like that. I say some things on there that are, oh my god, I don't even think that Cards Against Humanity would be an excuse for my cleanup comment. But it was just, hold on. Okay, I'm not quite sure how. Okay, whew. Whew. All right. Whew. Yeah, sorry about that. Not quite sure what happened, but I was worried about whether my kid had, got hurt on a chair or whatever. It's like, no, I got to put the chair out. But anyway, whew. Whew. Oh, yeah, sorry. Wow, that was like slightly terrifying. Went out there because I thought, heard commotion. I don't know if it got picked up, and we thought my son had fallen on a chair, and so, but yeah, no, he found out that everything's okay, and so just wow, that kind of panic attack, yeah, that compared to the thing that just, uh, yeah, no, it was actually that panic attack is actually much less intense. The whole really calm and collected that you saw in the earlier part of the video, that's the, because I've got so much going on, I can separate into, this and oh, sorry. Ow. Oh, whew. Oh god, yeah. A piece of dust. Do that. Oh my god, that was my spider. Mm. Yeah, in Georgia, you never know. Mm. And if you were to ever find out some of my privately held opinions on things, well, let's just put it this way: I just no matter what I say, I'm going to piss somebody off. Mostly because I kind of enjoy the reaction. Just because some people are just so fun to fuck with. I'm just, oh my god. Mm. But yeah, no, that's kind of the stuff that I deal with being a high functioning autistic is, oh, okay, there. Now I'm kind of back to baseline. Oh, yeah, I don't know if you heard that, but oh my god, that felt good. Mm. But yeah, oh yeah, this I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with yet. But I'm kind of I'm working with some prototyping on a like augmented reality or whatever. And so right now I'm kind of imagining tasks that I do just on daily, whatever, be it anything from game playing to navigating files to just sitting there and watching midget lesbian porn. Okay. Like I said, this is my personal blog, people. I told you that this was a podcast for a fucking reason, because I might very well, and I'm not, okay, I'm just, before I say this, I am actually wearing pants. I just say I might at any point be recording, and I'm not. So if I happen to get up and you see, a rather impressive spawn flap down on there, because the Irish always do everything a little bit better than the Scots. But yeah, no, this is actually, I don't know if I'm going to use this or not, but I actually do like certain features. Okay, so this would actually work for some sort of smartphone functionality. Okay, yeah, because yeah, I'm actually looking there, but it's like I happen to also be nearsighted in my dominant eye, but uh, to be fair, it's actually wow. I am still. I kind of now. Uh, I it just because if I hold still between the distortion because I'm actually nearsighted, uh, and just the way the lighting and the smudging and everything because of the vision, I'm actually kind of depending on if I move towards various light or what the reflective is, like sculpting. Like I'm seeing several variations, and so everything from like an Ant-Man helmet, Burt Reynolds, uh, some sort of like couple of different Final Fantasies, or John Wick, is just what that kind of that's how blurry that all is to me, that I'm able to kind of see all of that in there. Which was ironic if you want to sit there and if anybody wants to look up a certain individual by the name of Ned Weisman, an LICSW, employed by the state of Massachusetts. Currently, or to my last knowledge of his CV, which was within the past 6 years. At one point was the head therapist, whatever you want to call, a place called Centerpoint. And at one point, he called me to his office in the presence of Steve Heald, and I can't remember the name of the other guy, but he was bigger. And I realized why they were both there. When he looked me in the eye after telling me that my sister, who was in Georgia while I was still in Salem, Massachusetts, I believe it was at the time. There was Salem and there was Tewksbury. But either way, I don't know, maybe not 93, 92, something like that anyway. But yeah, 1990, 1994 range. After telling me that my sister, who was living with my family down here in Georgia while I was still up there in Massachusetts, that my sister had been sexually assaulted, and then looked me in the eye while I was in shock to find out that my sister, who ran away from home to be, to make sure that, to go with a friend of hers to make sure that, she didn't get hurt. She was running away with her to protect her. Met up with the friend's boyfriend, who had a friend who tried to get friendly with my sister. And this delightful individual that a friend I have of a particular religious group understands why it is that I would have a pentagram or two to settle up with a particular other religious group. But yeah, he looks me dead in the eye while I am feeling guilty about not being able to protect my sister a second time because a 15-year-old boy from the neighborhood raped my 5-year-old sister when I was 9, because my mom had asked me to told me to come downstairs and sent me to go get something at the convenience store and take my brother, just to keep him out of her hair, let him get some exercise. So yeah, I've got a lot. I've got some things to process and really sort out how I feel. But anyway, like I said, so I'm just like, oh my God. And so he opens his mouth and I think the next thing out of his mouth, and believe me, there's a lot of history, but just short to say, this guy was an asshole. I think that, oh my God, for once, something actually human is going to come out of his mouth, that he's going to say, hey, I'm sorry, we're here if you need to talk. I understand it's hard for you. Tell you what, you just go to your room, play Nintendo or something, and you just stay in from school tomorrow. No, he looks at me and asks, now, do you understand why this was your fault? So yeah, look up the curricula vitae of one Ned Weisman, MHLIC or MA, licensed in LICSW. Oh yeah, LICSW, employed by the state of Massachusetts for the Centerpoint program. Ned, because I know now at this point, yeah, this is where it actually becomes to Ned. You know why I emailed you? Why I called you? I was trying to see you as human. All I wanted out of you was, I understand. You thought I was the spawn of fucking Satan. I was a high-functioning autistic because eye contact protocol had been drilled into me. I was undetectable back in the 80s, 90s. I wasn't trying to get you to admit to whatever, because fuck, man, I got your ass caught with your pants down in the fucking cookie jar by LynnValenti and the Mental Health Legal Advisors Committee. Okay? Dude, I had to sit there and watch you stew for over a fucking year. And then for the last 30 days that I decided to fuck with your ass by turning down the the friggin' Medfield State Hospital transfer, and then like, motherfucker, you knew I was gonna do my best to get the hell away from your shit. I just was like, fuck you. So yeah, I'm. Oh. So yeah, Ned, this is to put you on notice, and so that way there is absolutely zero confusion about who said what to whom. That is why this video was uploaded. All I wanted out of you that entire time that we were on the phone was for you to say that, yeah, I'm sorry, you know damn good and well you used every fucking opportunity to penalize me, such as taking my Metallica CD because one of the songs made something right. And if you want to sit there and, oh, patient confidentiality, motherfucker, guess what? I was the patient, so I can say whatever I want about my shit, and John Townsend and I were at 2 different fucking places together. Your little bitch ass was pissed off that Sean Aldridge, I believe his name was, some redheaded kid with a fucking mullet, Sean, with Sean Hayes. Either way, I mean, they can, you have to give up the names of the people that were there. But regardless, for anybody, for just reference material, he was this kid that was I mean, he just, anybody in authority, he, fuck you, his kid was restraint, whatever else. He and I just start hanging out, and yeah, oh, he goes from getting thrown down on the floor for restraint upwards of 6-7 times a day to, there was a point, one of the staff members actually came to me and said, I've noticed something. In the month that he's been hanging out with you, he went from the day before telling me he was going to rip my face off and shit down my neck to, it's been 35 days since he's been saying please and thank you for the past 35 days. So, yeah. And so they went and told him, he's not your dad and you shouldn't. And, poof, great. So, yeah, you just pissed off because you couldn't control me, but I could. I could actually bring everybody else into line. Especially because I actually stood up there and told, oh God, I can't remember which one he was. He was one of the fucking brothers and the goddamn father that worked there. Which all of them were kind of cool in their own ways, but God, every one of them pissed me the fuck off from time to time. Oh. especially Ned, the trading card night, in which, after being told that I could not have my Metallica CD, because a song on there had, made somebody else have a problem, and I couldn't even listen to it with headphones. So therefore, because it was not good for one person on the floor, it was not good for any person on the floor. Okay. Yeah, a lot of this is also going to be raw notes, but I'm going to keep this as part one of an unedited stream. But yeah, the thing I'll get back to the Ned Weisman issue as well. See, there's a few things that I've said to people, and just because I want everybody to know that when they sit there and they say put your money where your mouth is, I'm like, all right, motherfucker, if I got something to say, I will in fact make damn sure that I say it. Now, there are things that I will say to somebody in person, like, okay, and I'm gonna be honest, if I'm talking shit behind somebody's back, because I just got a vent, and I went and sit there and said, because somebody just pissed me off, and I'm like, and at first oh God, I'm remembering a lot of stuff. Danny Sweet or Sweat, I'm not sure, but oh God, yeah, he's just one of the people that not even really worth talking about, other than just like, God, I actually have to thank him. Oh my God, I definitely should have seen it coming. Whew, whew. There is actually a reason I am doing this too, is because I'm forcing myself to, try to actually shave 45 minutes is my absolute technical benchmark, just because I have this whole dramatic thing that's amazing in my head right now. But yeah, no, I've been using the 5 minute because of my phone thing as an excuse to kind of just do half-ass. And so this now, because of the fact that YouTube has changed how they do live streaming, I can't do, and so, and I mean, like the one way that I even knew how to do it wasn't, and so the freaking, I don't know how the streaming thing with OBS works anymore, because all, just the changes, I just haven't had time to read. So, anyway, I'm gonna try to get this uploaded and to the right friggin' channel, if I can actually just see where it is that this saves to. So, anyway, thank you for continuing to stick with my podcast. But yeah, and the final thing I wanted to say was that if after you watch the first video that I offend you in, I guess you could say, I apologize for whatever it is that I said. Because a lot of what I say to that, I in one online persona or another, I kind of play up, certain extreme things just because of thing, and then others whatever. So like I said, if you happen to catch the web stream or the YouTube that I kind of guest on every week, like I said, if some of the things that I say on there, it really is purely for shock value, because we got a lot of people that are going to say that mm, mm, they're going to say things about us anyway, just because the hair dye is like fried their brain or some shit. Excuse me. So yeah, if you happen to catch any of those, I really apologize, because it really is just all jokes and things like that. I also play Cards Against Humanity, so yeah, my sense of humor can kind of run in several different directions. But then again, over the course of watching this video, which is also segments of other shows as well, so some of them, like one or two of those might actually be their own segment of whatever. But then some of them I've really got a little source from. Anyway, thank you for being willing to follow my raw notes, and please, in the comments, please let me know which of the segments it is that you want me to follow up on next for my thing, because I actually still have more to talk about on all that. But yeah, whew. Sorry, I also have mild aphasia, which sometimes I don't know what it is when you selective mutism, I guess, but I have mild aphasia, which occasionally will result in selective mutism. I can type and text when it's actually when it's hitting, uh, but I can't do both at the same time. Uh, but yeah, speech becomes like really, because my speech center really just starts to misfire a lot. And so it ends up making me sound like I'm just on all sorts of good shit when I'm actually not. So I'm going to cut this off because that's getting to that point. So anyway, thank you very much. And, have a nice day.